all you need to know. The Bloomberg Quint podcast that prepares you for the day's business. Good morning. You're listening to the daily morning update from Bloomberg Quint, and I'm Alex Matthew. Today is the 6th of February. The Monetary Policy Committee of the Reserve Bank of India will announce the result of its final review of 2019-20 later today. This has been keenly watched as it follows so quickly after the presentation of the Union Budget on Saturday. In 2019, the MPC, remember, cut rates by 135 basis points but left them unchanged at 5.15% at the last meeting in December. RBI Governor Shaktikanta Das had termed the pause temporary and said that the central bank's stance would remain accommodative. The pause will likely continue for now, according to all of the 36 economists polled by Bloomberg. Russia's largest oil producer, Rosneft, is keen to bid for acquisition of Bharat Petroleum Corporation of India. That's a PTI story, and that quotes an unnamed source. The report follows a meeting of the Russian firm's chief executive officer, Igor Sechin, with oil minister Dharmendra Pradhan yesterday. Rosneft is the majority owner of India's second biggest private oil refinery and is keen to expand in the world's third largest and fastest growing energy market. Avenue Supermarts is looking to raise just under 4,000 crore rupees through its qualified institutional placement that opens today. The parent of the DMart chain of supermarkets will issue up to 2 crore shares at a floor price of 1,999.04 rupees apiece. That's according to its stock exchange notification. The company can also choose to offer a discount of up to 5% to the floor price. If Avenue Supermarts manages to raise the full amount, according to Bloomberg Quint's calculations, it will result in an equity dilution of 3.09%. The Union Cabinet yesterday approved amendments to the Banking Regulation Act to give the Reserve Bank of India greater control over cooperative banks. The changes will cover nearly 1,500 cooperative banks and will be implemented in a phased manner, according to Information and Broadcast Minister Prakash Javadekar, who announced the Cabinet's decision yesterday. Sticking with the banking space, Yes Bank has picked Cantor Fitzgerald, IDFC Securities and Ambit to help the Indian lender raise as much as $2 billion to bolster capital buffers. It's trying to shore up a core equity capital ratio that's barely above the regulatory minimum of 8%. Here's an update on the coronavirus. U.S. health officials are preparing for more evacuees from China to arrive at American military bases, and the World Health Organization pushed back against suggestions of imminent breakthroughs in the development of vaccines or treatments for the coronavirus. Meanwhile, the number of infected has risen to around 25,000 and over 500 people have died so far, mostly in China's Hubei province. Here's the top news from the U.S. The Republican-led U.S. Senate voted to acquit President Donald Trump on charges that he abused his power and obstructed Congress. The votes came in at 52-48 to find Trump not guilty of abusing his power and 53-47 to find him not guilty of obstructing Congress. Trump is now the third U.S. president to escape removal from office after being impeached by the House. In international markets, U.S. stocks rose for a third day, while treasuries slumped on speculation that efforts will succeed at minimizing the economic impact from the coronavirus. Crude oil rallied after tumbling into a bear market. Also, that incredible 6-day 60% rally in Tesla that left Wall Street watchers scratching their heads, well, it crashed to a halt yesterday. The electric vehicle maker fell as much as 21% to $704.1 in New York, erasing most of the gains the stock saw over the past couple of days, in which it had seemed like it would advance without stopping. Asian stocks have started the day positive, with all three early risers registering strong gains. And with that, it's over to Darshan Mehta for the trade setup for the day in India. Morning, Darshan. How are we looking at the start today?
Hi Alex, good morning. Good morning everyone. The global cues have done extremely well today, but the SGX Nifty is indicating a muted outlook as of now, but things can change. There's still time for the markets to open. Among the Nifty earnings, there is Eicher Motors, Hero MotoCorp and Sun Pharma. Among the other results, there is NMDC, Lupin, Indraprastha Gas, Aarti Drugs, Aurobindo Pharma, Bata, Metropolis Health, Rights, United Breweries, Adani Power, AB Fashion, Advanced Enzymes. So lots of numbers there. Among the numbers announced after market hours, HPCL results were below estimates. The crude throughput was down 8.8%. Sales volume was up 18% and the debt was down 4%. Lower refining and marketing margins hurt the Q3 numbers and they had inventory gains. So the adjusted GRMs were even lower at $1.45 per barrel. Gujarat Gas results were in line with estimates. The Morbi demand continues to drive volume. There was a volume miss in the industrial and commercial segment. The commercial PNG volumes was below estimates. The domestic PNG and CNG volumes were better than estimates. Cadila Healthcare results were above estimates. The margins were impacted by higher employee and other expenses despite falling raw material costs. Better than expected sales were seen in the US and API segment. So that is something that aided growth. Ajanta Pharma also results much better than what was anticipated. DV's results were in line with estimates. CCS business was flat, which impacted the revenues. The other businesses did well. The gross margins also expanded as the company partly commissioned its new facility. Indiabulls Housing Finance, NII was down 51%, profit down 44%. The loan book fell 21% YOY and 5% QOQ, and disbursements were down 6% QOQ. Pratap Snacks revenues up 17%, profit down 32%, EBITDA down 2%. Higher employee cost and rise in palm oil impacted the margins. Avenue Supermart is looking to raise close to 4,000 crores from the issue of up to 2 crore shares via QIP. SBI has completed the divestment of its entire 7.4% stake in Equifax Credit Information Services for 68 crores. ITI has withdrawn its FPO issued due to the market conditions. Westlife Development, in which Kuwait Investment Fund acquired 9 lakh shares, Sundaram Mutual Fund acquired 14 lakh shares. The promoter was the seller. Spandana Spurti, in which Alberta Teachers Retirement Fund acquired 14 lakh shares, JM Financial was the seller. Some stocks in which price band has been revised from 5% to 20% is ITD Cementation, Magma Fincorp and Sterling & Wilson Solar. And in brokerages, Bank of America Merrill Lynch has initiated on ICICI Pru with a buy and a target price of 565, on SBI Life with a buy and a target price of 1116, and HDFC Life with a buy and a target price of 667. But there's much more you need to know before trade actually starts. For that, log on to our website bloombergquint.com and click on the All You Need to Know tab and you will be prepared for morning trade.
Thanks, Darshan. And as always, thank you all for listening in. This is Alex Matthews signing off. Have a great day.
I hope you enjoyed listening to All You Need to Know. Did you know that you could listen to the show on the IVM Podcast app? On the IVM Podcast app, along with this, we have a number of other shows which you think you'll enjoy. Listen to Cyrus Says with Cyrus Brocha as the host. Listen to Paisa Vaisa with Anupam Gupta. The Scene and the Unseen with Amit Verma. Or Shunya One hosted by Shiladitya Mukhopadhyay and myself. Check out the IVM Podcast app to get more talk content that you will enjoy.